Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of the ShadyBackAlley podcast. I'm joined here with my co-host Zach.
Oh fuck! Welcome back, Alley Bandits.
And I'm also joined by Brian, special guest Brian Hart.
I like the pussy buzz.
He like the pussy.
His YouTube is youtube.com/BriarHardo2.
I believe so.
I will put that in the description.
Yeah,
all right.
I do Doctor Who videos. The logo's back there if you're interested.
If you're interested in Doctor Who, go check him out. That'd be an interesting watch.
And Brian, don't you have your own podcast?
I do. I started it recently. I've been recording to get a backlog of episodes. I think I have 3 recorded and an introductory episode out, and 1 that is just completely done being edited. So
nice.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Brian has a podcast. Zach also has a podcast. He's got his sponsors going.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Been getting
the
that
only
money.
One of us actually getting paid.
It's only 17 cents.
It really is.
All right.
Money's money, man.
Well, how are you two doing today?
Pretty ecstatic. I did get my temps today, even though I'm 17. But hey.
Nice. I have to wait till I'm 18 because of parent.
This evening, I was on another thing. I was live streaming with my buddy Dylan. We were playing this sort of bracket game where we pitted 2 characters from Doctor Who against each other and would have to determine who would win in a fight or some other type of competition. And we did that with about 4 other people, maybe 3, and it was a fun time had by all. So I'm in a good mood.
Piranha Plant versus fucking Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead.
I think Piranha Plant would win. Piranha Plant from Mario?
Yeah, Piranha Plant from Mario is pretty... Well, here's the thing. You see Piranha Plant from Mario from, the side-scrolling perspective, and it doesn't look like it could be that harmful, but do you see how Mario reacts when he gets bitten by that thing? And just imagine,
and if you see him
a
in
life-sized
Smash,
version of that is actually fucking huge. The Piranha Plants are like the size of your goddamn torso, man.
If you see Piranha Plant in Smash, he's pretty decently sized, and he can shoot fireballs.
Indeed, he
a big boy.
He is a pretty large boy that can shoot fireballs. Like what can my boy from Walking Dead do? I already forgot his name because I haven't seen Walking Dead in a while.
He can shoot it with a crossbow. That's about it.
Just fucking shoot it in its mouth. Hit its uvula.
Now he can't shoot fireballs.
And even then, it's a motherfucking plant. So a crossbow ain't gonna do shit.
It's just gonna go through it, but then again, he can just shoot a fireball, and then the boy's dead. All right, yeah. All right. Let's start our first topic for today, life stories. So we're gonna start off with Zach. Zach's gonna give us a life story.
Okay, this one's actually
I await your story with eager purpose.
So,
I also await your story.
So this is I told this story on my own podcast, but I haven't told it on this one. This one's actually with Damien in it. Damien knows exactly. I can see the little fucking smirk he has because he knows exactly what to tell.
I think I know.
So one night, me and Damien, we heard this noise in the back of his backwood area.
Yeah, I have a very large woods in my backyard, very large.
Well, semi big. But so we grabbed these tiny ass little shitty military flashlights that can beam, you can fucking have it seizure mode. And so we go in there and we make it halfway into the woods, and then we hear a fucking leaf crunch, and we aim our flashlights in that direction, and we see this 7-foot tall fucking hairless fucking human or creature fucking some shit dragging its fucking arms and hands across the ground like a SCP, and it just zooms by our fucking flashlights. I don't know what it was, I went to turn to Damien to say, "Did you see that?" And this man's bolted. He is gone from existence. And I just yell at him, "What the fuck?" And I just start running with him. So, and then we made it out the tree line. We took a breath, and I literally just said, "Fuck you," and he just started laughing. But mind you, we only got like an hour of sleep that night because we were like genuinely scared, like what we saw, because like we don't know what the fuck it was.
Listen, it was either we both die or you die and I survive. And let's just say I picked the one where I survive.
Damien was like, I'm the thicker boy, you know. Nope.
He's gonna want to go after me.
I know how this ends if I do not run now.
He's gonna want to go after me first if I do not run.
Good to know that Damien is not my ride or die friend.
Listen, versus a creature, no. Versus SCP,
I really don't know what that was though. Like I think we like saw something though, like we weren't supposed to.
I would have at least grabbed his arm or some shit. I would have been like, Zach, we gotta go.
I'm sorry, bro. I saw that thing and fear struck my heart to the point where I couldn't even talk or move. The only thing I could do is just sprint behind me.
And even if I hadn't like grabbed his arm, I probably would have smacked him across the face so he looked in my direction or some shit.
Or you could just, or Damien, you could have just said run, and I would have ran with you.
I couldn't talk. I saw that thing and I was.
Or even.
No, I couldn't even scream either. It was like not even 0.01 seconds after seeing that thing, I was already gone. There was no time for me to tap Zach or anything. I was out of there. Cause that split sec, it was so fast. The split second I had to use to tap Zach that could have meant death. It would have been over for me.
And it didn't chase us though. That's like why I'm like, okay. It didn't chase us, so you could have at least said
well,
run.
we didn't know if it was gonna chase us or not. So how am I supposed to know that?
Now I've heard this story a few times, and my ass still thinks you guys just saw some naked homeless man.
7 foot tall naked homeless man.
Just some guy lurking in your backwoods or some shit.
Probably like some 7 foot tall naked homeless man that literally was albino.
I mean, they exist. 7 foot people do exist.
But his arms were touching the ground. Either his arms were so dislocated. That man's wingspan was 11 foot tall.
Bro, he'd be squatting, you know? He's actually 8 feet tall, so he's squatting a little bit. His arms are touching the ground, and he was just like...
But it was like, his elbows were also like touching the ground. Like, he was like dragging it. That's why we're like, what the fuck? That's why we don't know. That's why we can't explain it.
His arms were just dislocated.
If it was a human or a humanoid or a creature, like we don't.
Or he was bending over to pick up his whiskey bottle.
Albino gorilla escaped from the zoo.
Really skinny.
He was starving, bro.
He hadn't had food in years. He was looking for some in the woods.
Why do you have no hair?
So he has hair loss problems. He's really old.
He's really old.
He's Cranky Kong.
He's cranky. We found albino Cranky Kong.
He's fucking grandpa from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies.
Or you know, another explanation is you have this weird wavy mirror somewhere back there. You stumbled across it and you just saw Zach in the fucking reflection.
But here's the thing: is that I was wearing like all black clothing, and we saw like.
Maybe the mirror was X-ray vision.
Oh my God. Brian's trying to find a way to defend this, and he can't even explain it properly. Brian, come on.
If I knew exactly what I saw, like I
literally it looked exactly like SCP-096.
It did look like it. That's like the weird part.
Just some guy dressed as the Rake sitting back there waiting. He's like, I'm gonna scare whoever comes into my woods tonight.
It's probably my neighbor. My neighbor owns the woods.
And that's okay. There could be one explanation, and that could be somebody probably just dressed up as something to like fuck with us. But like, why did it screech? Why did it like screech like it didn't sound human? That's like
he just had like this speaker in like the costume, and it just played the rake noise.
Oh my God. But like, come on, like, Brian, there has to be some of the unknown, like you believe in like parallel universes and shit.
I do believe that there is a multiverse, yeah.
Well, that's easier to believe than the fucking rake.
Well, I'm not saying it was the rake. I don't know what the fuck it was.
And as far as like my explanation for ghosts, a lot of it I put it because I've seen ghosts, but a lot of it I just put it down to after images, after dreams, because for instance, my cat died. Cool, whatever. He died a few years ago. That's fine. Whatever. Cool. My cat's dead. Sometimes I have dreams about my cat still being alive. So one night I dreamt, that it was my cat. He was sitting on my lap. I was petting him, and I woke up from that dream. And you know what I saw sitting on my floor? A cat. My cat, who is dead. He was alive. It took me like 10 seconds to remember, oh shit, he meant to be dead. I blinked, he was gone.
That's what happens.
After images of dreams.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens a lot though. When people first wake up, that's when they mostly see the ghosts. It's because of like I said, I'm not gonna say full on narcolepsy, but I mean like when people first wake up, they're a little doozy and they'll see shit. Like when I first wake up, I see shit.
Well, I don't normally see shit, so whenever stuff like that happens, it does take me by surprise. And I let out a little, but no, it's just dreams, man. So that's explanation one. Explanation two is something my granddad came up with, and it's been used not just by him, but basically, time is a form of matter. And matter, it's sort of like a fabric-y matter. And fabric fades in certain places. And my idea behind like ghosts you see sort of comes from this story that my aunt told me. So my aunt had this uncle. She was little. When she was little, her uncle would stand by the back door, do this, and sort of just look out the window, sadly. Then he passed away. A few years later, she walked downstairs and saw like a faint outline of him doing that, and was like, "That's not fucking right. He dead, yo." And she blinked again. She blinked and he was gone. And she knows it wasn't a dream because her mom came inside right afterwards and saw her spooked and was like, "What's wrong?"
Yeah, but like.
So my theory is that sometimes time fades and things from the past they leave an imprint that sometimes you can either reach out and touch, and both spook each other.
I don't believe it leaves an imprint in the physical world. I think it leaves an imprint in your brain to a point where you start seeing stuff because of you wanting to remember that those things to the point where in your brain.
That could be it. That could be it too.
In your brain, it's just like making you remember. Oh well, my uncle used to sit there doing that all the time, so I'm gonna make it see. It's kind of like the gap between our eyes, where our nose is.
I don't think I actually believe that theory. I just spouted off. I mean, I think it's an interesting explanation.
Yeah.
And I'd be like into researching it and looking into it.
It's kind of like this. You know how we have a gap between our eyes? Our brain fills in the gap to make us see a full 180 vision, but that's also it's like leaving an imprint in our brain to make us actually see the full 180 instead of just this middle area just gone.
Well, like the time I played with like a Ouija board and I got fucking dog scratched from something that I couldn't see.
Yeah, but you also have dogs, bro.
Yeah, but you also... That's what I've always wanted to say. It happened while you were sleeping. It happened while you were sleeping.
No,
you always say it happened while you were sleeping.
Fucking what's your three-legged dog called?
Rue? She's dead.
Oh. What's the other one? What's the other fucking like little pug?
None of the. She's not a pug.
Yuki?
She's a French bulldog.
Oh yeah,
no,
French.
Yuki, it's Agnes.
Yeah, Agnes. Agnes could have just hopped on your back and just went.
No, this happened in 8th grade, the freshman year. I was at my friend's house playing with a fucking Ouija board, and then like I told this story to you guys. A fucking like Marilyn Manson poster on my friend's wall fucking flew off, hit my one friend in the head, I'm not gonna name drop, obviously. And then I felt like someone just went down my back, and it fucking hurt. And I have a scar from it, like on my lower back, like a tiny ass scar.
It could have been your dog. You don't know. Dog was in the darkness, just like crawled out of the darkness, just went.
Well, you said you were at. Did you say you were at a friend's house?
Yeah, but like they were. Here's the thing. They were sitting like this. They were in front of me. I was in front of them.
Does your friend have a cat?
No, they don't have any animals. So when I turned around to see like what the hell scratched me, because my first initial was, oh, it's just like an animal like trying to get my attention.
So
you know what else it could? You know what else it could also be? If the furniture was shitty, it could have been a spring or nail.
We were in the middle of a floor. The bed was on this side of the room.
Oh yeah, well definitely then that definitely could be an explanation. Because if you're sitting, were you leaning against the bed?
No.
Were you leaning against anything?
No, I wasn't. I was crisscross applesauce, and I was like doing this, sitting the way I am, not on a chair or anything. I was on
but
the
was there
floor.
like a wall or bed behind you or anything like that, or were you just in the center of the fucking?
Are you sure you didn't have that scar before? And you just.
I'm sure. Again, I can't explain. I can't explain it myself. I'm not defending anything. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was something, but
because you could have had like the scar from like a month or a couple days before, and you just never seen it, and you could have imagined you feeling something.
Yeah, but like at the same time, like I wasn't on anything. I wasn't drinking. I mean, I was in 8th grade. I wasn't even drinking at that point.
But yeah, my theory on ghosts, I think I find it more intriguing for like the sci-fi aspect, because I'm a big pulp sci-fi guy. So I kind of just think they're after images, man. That's
like Zach, because the scar could have been there before, because I wake up and I'll find like random scars on my body that I've never knew I had before, that could have just been from me bumping some shit, because I bump into shit a lot, and it could have just like cut open my hand and left a scar that I've just never noticed. You could have bumped your back and you just don't remember it, because I literally have like 5 different scars on my hand that I just do not remember where they came from.
It's also possible.
I'm remembering the situation that happened. I'm getting fucking goosebumps right now. Like, come on, dude.
It's also possible that you bumped your back, as Damien said, and didn't feel it until
I was in the center of the room.
I'm talking about before that.
So he's talking about before that.
Okay,
like
fuck the scar. What the hell scratched me?
It could also all be an imagination, because it's called like
pain. My back was bleeding.
Right, but what I'm saying is, at some point before you sat down and played with the Ouija board, you may have bumped into something, gotten scratched, anything else.
Yes, it's
not felt it until you sat down and were like, ooh,
no,
what's this big searing pain up my back? Oh,
no, because Zach, it's the same thing as when I broke my arm. I did not feel the pain until like an hour later. My arm was broken, but I did not feel the actual pain. My arm was just felt like it was normal.
Dude, no,
I've had bad cuts like that, man.
It looked like
but your scar doesn't look like claw marks. It's just one line. If it was claw marks, Zach,
fuck the scar.
No, because the scar is
because that's an important part of your story.
The scar is where the scratch was, but there's only one scratch there. If it looked like claw marks, wouldn't you think that the scar would look like claw marks?
I don't know. Yeah, I've been doing that the whole time too, Brian. Because my back was like, it was like diagonal. Like it was like diagonal, like going to my left. It looked like a fucking like Cthulhu.
Yeah, but if it actually looked like claw marks, Zach, it would leave all 3 lines as a mark.
Yeah.
Not only just one line as the mark.
Rawr. That means I love you in dinosaur.
That meme's like 3 years old. Stop.
Don't ever do that again.
Don't ever do that. Okay.
Don't ever
Brian,
do that again.
Yeah, okay, Brian. What's your life story?
What's your life story?
My last story?
No, Demeter, don't tell your whole life.
Yeah,
like,
tell a
my
funny
life story. Okay. Well, it all started in 2002.
Brian, stop.
I wanted to tell the pickle story. the time I deep throated a pickle.
That's how you start off a story right there.
And by the way, Brian's not gay. That's like the funniest part about the story.
Okay,
That's-
Is Brian's
so
not homosexual.
Zach, it was for Zach's birthday thing. How this wasn't last year, or not this year.
2
No,
years
this
ago.
was last year.
It was my 16th birthday. So
Yeah.
yes, it was last year.
Yeah, so I sat down with Zach's family at Wings Warehouse, and we ordered our wings, and we also got deep fried pickles as appetizers, and I fell in love with these things. These things are fucking delicious. I love them. Anyway, so I can't remember how it came about. It was either through Zach or through one of his cousins or family friends, but I basically I said something along the lines of, imagine deep throating this, and someone said, bet you can't, no balls. Now if
that
means you have to do the dare. If someone
Exactly,
says no
because, like,
balls,
And hey, do not
you
name drop my stepdad. Remember that. Do not name drop it.
Oh, I won't name drop him. I'll just call him your stepdad. But yeah. So someone said no balls, and that, if you know me, that just means I have to do it. Like, obviously, I have some sort of limit. Like, someone can't say, "But you won't kill him, no balls." I'm not gonna kill the motherfucker. But
I mean, the no balls is a sacred treaty.
I have limits, man. But fucking deep throating a deep fried pickle is not pushing the limit whatsoever. So I was like, bet. And I took the deep fried pickle. I probably needed both hands. I don't have my other hand up because I'm holding on to my mic. But I needed both hands.
So it was a big pickle.
So it was a big pickle. And so I look from side to side. I look at Zach. Zach has this look in his eyes. He's like, "Please don't." And
so Zach, this is the type of friend you have, huh?
I take the pickle and shove it about 3/4 of the way into my mouth. And I want to make note of the fact that, it was only like our little end of the table which knew I was doing this, but as soon as I did it, silence fell across the rest of the table. Like, it was so I looked at Zach, then I glanced to my side, and I just saw Zach's stepdad. Now, Zach's stepdad is like a big, burly, sort of redneck Virginian man.
Wait, no, stop your story. Wait, he's just getting back.
Sorry, I had to put my
All right,
dog on the
continue.
bed.
So if you don't know fucking Zach's stepdad is a big, burly fucking West Virginian man, and
He is.
North Carolina.
he's also he's got that redneck accent, and like he just very much plays into that stereotype. So as I've got this pickle and I'm sort of side glancing everyone, my eyes fall on him. His eyes lock with mine. His mouth drops. He goes,
Absolute horror.
absolute horror. I bite the pickle, chew it, swallow it, laughter and applause.
As Zach's stepdad is still
And that was also the moment where Zach's family was like, because I had met them before. I think I had gone to some pool party, and they were all like, "That Brian kid's pretty fucking weird." And Zach's mom was the only person who stood up for me. She was like, "You guys are weird. Like, it takes people a sec to warm up to you." That was the second Zach's family warmed up to me.
As soon as they seen you gobble on that fucking pickle, they were like, "This is the one."
Do I regret it? Not at all. Because
I'd do it again.
I regret it.
I'd do it
I
again.
regret
Because
it.
the pickle was fucking delicious, and B, I got respect.
I got respect out of gobbling this pickle. 3/4 of the way down.
So stupid.
Big fucking pickle.
Big
Such a
pickle.
big
that
fucking
never-
pickle.
I wish that never happened.
No, what would have been really bad if they didn't applaud you and they said, "Oh, what a weirdo." No, before they said that, they like looked at you looked back at Zach, looked at you, and said, "Damn, Zach, this is the type of friends you have."
I think your brother said something like that.
Probably.
I think that was also the first time I met your brother, so that was pretty chill.
Yeah, he met my brother a couple of times after that.
I mean, your brother's a great guy. I love him. He's fucking cool.
Cool.
Cool beans, Jet. Cool beans, man.
All right. So I guess it's my turn. I've
Hopefully.
picked out the cringiest story.
About the cringiest and the longest.
Probably
But
the longest.
I'd say it's not cringy because of you.
Well, it's also like a I have like two stories because I have the Kent story and I have the Army Boy story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mario. All right. So
Here we go again.
so on the, I don't know when this was, on the fateful day of somewhere last year, sometime last year, maybe 2 years ago, I don't remember, but me and 3 other friends were getting together to have a party with alcohol involved, some very hard alcohol, and it was 2 dudes and 1 female, plus me, so 3 dudes, 1 female. That sounds like a porno, but we're just gonna roll with it. 3 dudes and 1 female.
3 dudes, 1 female.
But yeah, so we had this party at this university, and we were just chugging alcohol. We were mixing like whiskey and Coca-Cola and Pepsi. It was actually really good. I supplied some wine, and at this university they have unisex bathrooms, so both men and women can go into the bathrooms, and also they have these little side shower rooms that are very tiny, probably can only fit 2 people in the room. Like, it's a very tiny room. And meanwhile, while we're drinking, we're drunk at this point, like completely blasted. We can barely fucking talk, we can barely walk. The one female taps on my shoulder and is it's like, here, follow me. So we leave the room, and she drags me to this little side shower room in the bathroom. She drags me to this side shower room, and she's like feeling up on me and stuff. It was like really weird at this point, because I barely talk to the girl like that at this point, and I blamed it on her being drunk. And I was kind of joining in, but then I realized, like, holy shit, this is how all the like football players get fucking rape charges. Like, the dude will fucking just tap on the girl's shoulder and boom, that's a rape charge. Loss of his fucking scholarship and his NFL fucking contract.
Career.
Yeah, his fucking NFL career gets ruined because he tapped on this girl's shoulder once and she's like, rape. So I realize what I'm doing, and so I push her away, and I'm like, okay, let's go back to the room.
And she gets mad.
She gets mad. She gets mad.
Who the fuck gets mad when you?
I had a choice. My body, my choice.
Look. Sex is something that has to be consensual from both parties, and if
I
one
didn't
person
consent.
is like, nah, I don't want to, the other person doesn't have a right to be like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
no, piss off, quit being a bitch.
Yeah, but like, fucking, she got mad at me, and I'm like, okay, aren't you supposed to be a feminist? Aren't you like all like my body, my choice, fucking consent is everything type girl? And I'm like, okay, I didn't consent. I barely know you like that. I don't really have like I had feelings for you, but not like that bad to the point where I'm like, I gotta fucking have sex with her. Like, so I just like, no, I'm not doing it. Let's just go back to the room and continue having fun with the other 2. And so we go back to the room. We continue drinking. She's just been mad this entire time. And so the Kent dorm room had a bedroom in the corner. To the right of the bedroom, it had this. It wasn't even like a bunk bed. It was just a raised bed, and it was my main friend's bed. It was just like. It was only one bed, but under it he had his PC and stuff. But it was like a raised bed, and then there was another bed, and so the girl was gonna sleep on the bed. I was gonna sleep on the other bed, and then the main one, it was his dorm room, was gonna sleep on the top one, and then the other buddy was gonna sleep on the floor. So, like, I just couldn't sleep all night. Like, I was like staying awake. I finally go to sleep. Not even 30 minutes later, I get woken up to someone in my bed, like crawling in my bed, and it's the girl. And I'm like, "Are you serious?" And she's like, "No, like I couldn't move at that point." It was like, you know, like when you're like have that, like it's not really sleep paralysis, but it's like you only get to sleep for like a short amount of time, and you get woken up abruptly, and like your body just can't move.
Oh, like day sleeping? Or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck it's called.
Like, and I couldn't move at that point, and I couldn't really talk loud at all because everybody else was sleeping. And so I'm just like, listen, it's a big enough bed for both of us. Just don't get near me, please. Just let me sleep. And she has night terrors where she'll wake up randomly and just start full on screaming. And she's right next to me while I'm trying to fucking sleep. And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" And she's like, I'm sorry. So I literally fucking pick her up and put her on the other bed. And I'm like, "Stay here. I need to go to bed." I have had about an hour of sleep at this point. And I'm like, I have to get up and go in 3 hours. At least let me get 4 hours of sleep. And we fucking wake up, and she starts acting like everything's fine. She's fine. So I start telling like my best personal friends about this story. And when she finds out about that, she gets angry. I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna keep this secret. You almost got me a rape charge. I'm not gonna keep this secret, bro. I'm gonna tell the people I trust with the story. I'm just gonna leave it at that."
I know you're saying it to the
Okay,
public
so
on the
this
podcast.
continues into the don't care. It happened like a year ago, and then this continues into the second story. So after I told everybody and she found out, she cut me.
I'd say, well, here's the thing. I'd say it's more like she was going on to him. Like, she's the one who took him to the fucking.
Yeah, I thought she just
room
wanted
and,
to
like,
talk about something. I didn't know she was gonna
I mean,
fucking
hey,
drag me
and
into the fucking.
then she started doing stuff with him, and he said no, and she got mad. If anyone's rapey in this story, it's fucking her.
Well, apparently in this society, in this day of age, apparently women can't rape people because that's how the feminists act.
That's not how that works.
I know it's not
Look,
how it works.
If the guy doesn't consent and you still like force him to have sex, but that is rape.
No, but look, okay, so the radical
Yeah, I
feminists will
mean,
be like, well,
yeah.
it was the males.
Well, the radical feminist is a stupid minority of people that nobody gives a shit about. Everybody, look, I'm a left-wing activist guy. I'm like big booty, all that fucking shit. I'm not even like that. Like, fucking, if a man is not consenting to sex and you force him to have sex, you have raped him.
The worst I've heard is that when a male, I read up on it a while ago. It was in a news article. This man got raped, but all these he got the rape charge because women around were like, well, he couldn't control himself because he was a man, and men have these male instincts where they can't control themselves. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? There's no way he could have controlled himself because the woman forced herself onto him, and he had nowhere of going. And I'm like, are you serious? Don't blame it on the man. And this man got a rape charge, and he's still in jail for it.
The fuck?
I'm like, are you serious?
That's not how most cases work. But, you know, as someone who has been fucking, I'm not gonna lie, I've been touched non-consensually by a female. That ain't fucking cool, dude.
That ain't
Like,
fucking cool.
nobody wants that. If you're a guy, you don't want that. That shit caused me some like that shit caused me some like PTSD bullshit. It made me lose a bunch of my friends, man. That's when Zach came into my life, and he was the only thing there, man. That's just fucked. That shit
Alright.
is fucked.
So
Next.
that last story continues into the next story. where
Oh boy.
so after she found out that I told all my close friends about that, she's like, I'm never talking to you again. We can stay in this. So it was, we were also in a Discord server with all of our other like IRO friends, and she's like, we can still be in the voice calls together and stuff like that, but I don't want to talk to you personally. And I said, well, to be honest, I never wanted to talk to you personally anyway, so what's the point? And so me and everybody else in this server, my other friend, he made a Minecraft server. He paid for it and all expenses. He had 2 of them. He had a modded one and a normal one. And
Does he still have it, or
no? It's
nah, he's in the military now, right?
No. That's not the right one.
Okay.
So you know Matt. I'm not gonna drop last names, but I'm gonna drop Matt. Matt with the curly hair, long curly hair that looks like Danny from Game Grumps.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I
so
know him.
he was the one who was paying for it. He was paying for it every month. He had 2 of
Right.
them, and it's more expensive than Realms. Like if you know Minecraft Realms, like you pay like $8 for 3 months or something like that. This was like $8 for every month, and it was actually no, it was like $12. But he had people in the server, also IRL friends, that he had a Patreon, and they would contribute to the Minecraft server because they enjoyed playing it. And so the girl was in it, and everybody else that was also involved in the last story was in it, and a lot more people. But there was this army dude who's around our age.
One of our buddies, who
Yes, one of our
is slightly
buddies.
older than us, went into the military.
Yes, so he's in the military right now. He's on the mortar team. But yeah. So
He's
after
pretty fucking chill.
yeah, after like I stopped talking to her, she immediately went to the next dude, which she picked our buddy in the army, and she was simping hard. Like every day she would be like, Casey, I love you so much. Like genuinely, like she would be
Just
that.
like,
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that type of love. And
Brian, you're making a cringy stop.
and she's like, well, our buddy in the army is like, well, I don't like her because I find her crazy and shit like that, and I just don't like her, but I don't know how to tell her, because he didn't want to hurt her feelings, because he didn't want like the server to go to shit. And everybody in the server was like, bro, you just gotta tell her, like,
you gotta rip that band off,
and
man.
if you know Casey, he doesn't care, but he cared about the only reason he cared about hurting her feelings because he was afraid that the Minecraft server would get lost, even though she was not the one paying for it. But he felt like there would be a divide in the server, and he didn't want to create that. But everybody was, as soon as he got behind everybody got behind him and was like, just tell her, bro. Casey went full on. He was like, you know what? I don't like. He dragged in a private call, and I was also in it, and he was like, I just don't fucking like you. Can you just stop fucking talking to me like that? I fucking hate you. And he was, there's a like fucking 5 minutes more of him just going off on her, telling her to just basically fuck off. And she started crying to, I already name dropped Matt, because apparently she was like best friends with Matt, even though Matt didn't like her. I mean, Matt liked her, but like he got annoyed of her. Basically, what happened was like she like got rid of all of her shit in Minecraft, completely left the Minecraft server, completely left the Discord server, and then 2 days later she came back and started simping over our army buddy again. Like even after she got
here's here's how I would have handled that. I wouldn't have been as much of a, I don't want to say dick, because it's clear that this shit was pissing Casey off.
It sounded like a fast story. It was happening for like 4 to 5 months.
I still wouldn't have been mean that first time. If she came back and started simping again like she did, that's when I would have gotten on her ass about it like that.
Oh no, and at that point, I was just so done with everything. And in the server, all the drama, because we would have like half of the day, every day would be drama. And I literally wrote out this long message. I'm like, listen, I got rid of all my shit in Minecraft. I'm just done. And I was like one of the main people in the server. I didn't have moderator or anything, but like I was there every day. If someone wanted to play, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll play with you. If you need someone to play with to not feel lonely, I'll fucking play with you. I don't care. And I was there every day. And as soon as I left the server went to shit. And then a week later, the Minecraft servers were gone because no one played on them anymore. And so this said girl, after Casey just telling her to fuck off for a second time, we couldn't talk to Casey anymore because he got deployed to I fucking dropped his name, but whatever. He got deployed to Afghanistan.
Is he in Afghanistan now?
I don't know if he's in Afghanistan right now.
Oh, sure.
But he got deployed, so this said girl could not talk to him anymore. So what she did, like every other fucking girl when they get their heart broken, makes a TikTok.
I think I saw this thing.
At first, it was normal TikToks. But then, she wanted the views. So she started making slutty TikToks. And that's where it gets real bad. Because we later...
This girl got an OnlyFans now, like, oh, shit.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, that's not even a joke either. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't.
So later said, now she starts simping over people on TikTok. Can you guess the type of people she's simping over now?
The big popular TikTokers?
No.
People?
Yes. Zach got it correctly. Now she's obsessed with army people because she got her heart broken by one.
She needs her a strong military man.
And she made a Discord server. Like every other fucking slutty TikToker does. And so, on this Discord server, she has text channels like boyfriend applications, where she'll take actual boyfriend applications and oh,
see that says mute.
And so she would only take boyfriend applications from army dudes. If the dude was not in the army, she would delete his boyfriend application. Like, it dead ass. Like, this is how it worked. You had to make an application, put your name, put your age, put your hobbies, put your gender, put your sexuality to boyfriend application. And I'm pretty sure. So there's
and if you weren't in the military, she'd reject you?
Yes.
Bruh.
She wouldn't even give you a chance. And so there was her main moderator, and his name was Matthew, kind of like Buddy Matt, so I feel bad. So after she makes this boyfriend application, a couple days go by, and the text channel disappears, and then her main moderator, Matthew, who's in the army, by the way, he's like 24, she's like 18, and he changes his name on Discord to Daddy Matthew.
Oh.
And starts acting really weird towards this said girl. And so we predicted that she started dating this 24-year-old man.
Which is fine, because they're both of legal age.
They're both of legal age, but that's a big gap.
Not even, not really. It's not that.
That's a pretty...
My gap is 2 years younger or 2 years older. I cannot date someone that's like...
Well, a lot of people can even go up like 7.
Yeah, but
like, in all things considered, that's not too huge, but
it's pretty big for an 18-year-old.
I mean, the biggest I've seen is 20, which is like... What?
I don't know. Why did we just have like a...
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it's probably the largest age gap you've seen too, Zach.
The largest age gap I've seen is 31-41.
It's fucking not. I can guarantee you that. You met.
Fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like what, 40-70, some shit like that.
It was 40-60. They're about 20 years apart.
Ooh, that would just be a no in my book. Unless that female got money. I ain't saying I'm a gold digger, but life's hard out here, boy, and I need some money.
Get a sugar mama.
But yeah, so like I just find it really sad how she gets her heart broken by one army dude, and then she makes it so. Oh, also there's another text channel called Sipping Zone where she posts lewd photos of herself, and everybody in the server simps over her. It's just so fucking bad.
No, I really hope like those guys are just like joking.
No, I can guarantee you they're not. And she's met all of them.
Were any of them in there people I know?
No. They're all met off TikTok.
Okay.
And they're all military.
Pretty much. And so, I don't know if I should talk about this. The photo I sent you guys, you think that's too personal?
Yeah, just a bit.
Just a bit? Alright. I was gonna go a little deeper, but...
It also doesn't paint you as too great a guy for doing that. So I just not.
All right. Well, I think we found a good stopping point for our little podcast. Unless you want to add anything. Anybody got some more stories that they want to tell?
I have one.
All right. We'll continue.
When I was, I'm not gonna name drop. I think I was like either
don't make it
9 or
cringy
10 at the time. I'm not. So you guys know I have an older brother and like an older stepbrother, right?
Yeah.
So my older stepbrother locks my brother in the garage one night.
Huh.
For some reason, I don't know what they were doing in the garage, but my brother really had to take a shit. He had to really take a shit.
Don't tell me shit on the garage floor.
No, he didn't. It's better. So he thinks he finds an old bucket, or like a bucket.
No.
But in reality, when he's done taking the shit, he realizes it's my mom's brand new crock pot. He took a shit in a brand new crock pot, and then my brother then realized, he looks at the window was opened. He could have just crawled out the window. Instead, he took a shot. I'm like, dude, how do you not feel the breeze from the window as you fucking take a massive shit? Like, what? Like, okay, I've been in situations.
So what happened afterwards?
So my stepbrother let him out of the garage, pointing out that the window was opened or like was unlocked. My mom comes outside.
Oh no.
And she sees that there is a pile of shit in the crock pot. She looks at Josh and my stepbrother. She's like, "Which one of you took a shit in my crock pot?" And it was my brother. It was my brother, and I think he got grounded for like a month.
So wait. But shouldn't the other one have gotten grounded since he locked him in the garage in the first place?
He got grounded too, but my brother got the longer grounding because he shit.
See, I think it should be the other way around.
Yeah, the shit would have never happened without the stepbrother.
But dude, could you imagine being that desperate, like taking a shit in a crock pot in the garage? Like how?
Well, he thought it was a bucket, so he probably thought, it's whatever. And then he found out that it
shit
wasn't
in the brand new crock pot. God damn
it! Brand new crock pot.
A crock pot is a completely different shape from a bucket.
Well, was it dark in the garage?
No, there was a light on.
So I'm not gonna say your brother's dumb or something, but I'm pretty sure a bucket and a crock pot have two different distinct shapes.
Oh, my favorite Zach's brother story.
Oh no.
Is the story where he tore the fucking sink out of the wall.
Oh my god, I need to tell that. Okay, listen.
Excuse me?
This is the last story. So, my brother was about 13 at the time. I was like, I want to say 9. So my brother has like a phone, right? Like he uses it to text his girlfriend who lives like 2 hours away. And they were together for like almost 2 years at this point, I think. I think they were like into like a year and a half. So my brother was cleaning the bathroom And instead of like, sitting on the toilet or like the edge of the bath, he decides to sit on a sink that is, mind you, it's not a flat sink, it's one of those sinks that curve up.
I like your mom's perspective of this story the most.
Yeah, but dude, he sat on it, and the whole thing just went fucking collapsed.
Meanwhile, because I initially heard this story from his mother, his mom's in the kitchen, making spaghetti or something along those lines, and she sent Zach's brother up to clean the bathroom. And she's getting into making her spaghetti, and all of a sudden, bits of the ceiling start crumbling and falling into her spaghetti sauce.
Oh no!
And she looks up, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And so she goes upstairs, and she sees Zach's brother. He's frantically stuffing towels into the wall, but So she doesn't say anything. Again, it was a moment where she was just like, and Zach's brother looks at his mother with the fucking most chill expression, goes,
the most
Mom,
dead serious.
"Mom, I got this."
Dude. And then I came upstairs and I just see Josh still fucking throwing towels onto the thing, and my mom yelling at him to stop, and he just repeatedly just going.
Because how are you supposed to fix that?
Well, the stepdad, I think the stepdad shut off the water, didn't he? And then laid into him.
Yeah.
Because what are you supposed to do in that situation? Are you supposed to flex tape the fucking sink back together?
But
he got his phone taken away for like a month and a half after
what's
that.
the best part of the story, I think, is hearing Zach's mom tell it, because when Zach's mom tells it, she's still amazed. She's still just amazed by the utter stupidity in her son's gaze, and saying, very chill, very sure of himself, "Don't worry, Mom.
I got this.
I got this."
Got this. I'm an idiot too, but I would have at least sat on the toilet or like
you
the bath
don't
side.
seem to be a destructive idiot, though. That's the thing.
What does that mean?
You can ask Damien. I've broken shit before.
He has,
at
in
his
fact,
house.
broken shit at my house. The wall mirror. He sets up.
Oh my God.
So, this was actually very recent. This was like what, a couple weeks ago?
That was about a month ago.
About a
You
month
were part
ago.
of this too. You were
I've
part of
never
this too.
broken anything over
I
here.
didn't know.
Although
It's because
I think
so right outside my door right here, there's a wall mirror to the left. So like there's a wall right outside my door to the left of my door, and there was a mirror on it. Zach puts his longboard, or was it my longboard?
It was my longboard.
It was his longboard. He props it up against the door, and I don't see the longboard because who the fuck props up a longboard right on the edge of the door? I start walking while talking to Zach, so I'm looking behind me while walking out the door. I bump his longboard. The longboard drops onto the mirror. The mirror just drops on my foot, shatters everywhere. And I'm like, God fucking damn it, Zach.
I think the only thing Zach broke of mine, it was partially my fault. So I was walking into school one day. I had this tripod with me because I was going to record this thing. This was a few months ago. So I had this tripod, right? And I had walked up to him, and I don't know, I like absently was lightly bonking him on the head with it. It wasn't like I was like hitting him with it. I was just like tapping him with it. So there's this attachment to the tripod, right? It screws on.
Yeah.
And then bits of it stick up. So Zach grabs that, like grabs a really tight hold of it, and I'm like, I'd like that back, please. And he's still got a hold of it. So I yank it, and the fucking tripod snaps.
Oh no.
And he you know what Zach does?
What?
I go, "Yo, dude." He goes, "Don't even. That was your fault."
Oh.
It was your fault because you're the one who fucking went. You shouldn't have been bonking me, bro. I would have not grabbed it if you were tapping me on the head with it like a complete dickhead. Mind you, I was walking while he was doing it. He was walking behind me doing it, and I'm like, do you fucking mind? Like, I'm trying to get to class, and this dude's just going...
It was nowhere near time to get to class, you dick.
Well, I was walking around, and you're just following on. And I'm just like, getting the fuck off. I'm like, dude, fuck off. That's why I grabbed it, like a champion.
I said, I'd like that back, please. You didn't let go of it, so I went yink, and it just fucking broke.
Got what you deserve. Got what you deserve.
And I was like, shit, I needed that for a school project. I had to duct tape it together and pray to God that it would stand properly.
Didn't I tell you I was like, not my problem or something? Didn't I say that?
So, yeah.
I went like, not my problem. Shouldn't have been bonking me on the head with it.
Alright, well,
Alright.
that seems to be it.
Thank you, Brian, for being on our podcast.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
It was my pleasure. Now allow me to leave you with a grapefruit method.
Nice. Alright, well, that's the end of the podcast. I'll have the links to everything in the description, the YouTubes, the podcasts, everything. Alright. I'll see you guys later.